In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the engine valve cover on this BMW X5. This is going to be located on the top of the engine. Let's get into it. After you open the lift gate, you want to drop the tailgate down, pull that lever, pop that down. Underneath this cargo area, you want to pop that up. Just going to use a hood prop and just prop that up out of the way. There's a tray right here. There may be some screws in those locations. This vehicle doesn't have any, so you want to take those out and then pull this tray up and out of the way. Now we're going to disconnect the battery, use a 10mm socket, loosen up the terminal, take that off, set that aside. While you have the battery disconnected, it's important to not close the lift gate because the latch is electronically controlled. You want to pull the engine cover off, just grab underneath the front, lift up, there's some grommets holding it on, and then pull it straight forward. There's just a clip in the back, it slides out. Now this hose that goes to this tube, you want to take that off, just squeeze this, that will release the locks. Down below there's a connector. I'm just going to use a pick, just get below this little tab here, disconnect the connector. Take these two screws out, use a T25 socket. Pull those out. Using a 10mm socket, take this bolt out. Loosen up this clamp here, use a straight blade screwdriver. That's good. And down below, another clamp, loosen that one up. And grab the hose. Just gonna pull it off right there. Carefully pull this little hose out. This part right here is pretty brittle. So you can just pull that down a little bit. Before we take this completely off, we're just going to unclip it over here. There's a couple clips. Just use a pick or a screwdriver. It's a little bit tricky. You gotta get underneath. There you go, pull that down, pull that out, and grab the tube, and it comes right off. Loosen this clamp right here, use a straight blade screwdriver. Pull this off. Now we can disconnect this connector, just push down. For the map sensor, disconnect the connector, pull that out of the way. We're going to take the weather strip off right here, just grab that, pull that up, set that aside on the other side. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to take these wing nuts, just twist them like you're loosening them 90 degrees. They don't come out, they're just wing nuts. There you go. Grab that piece, pull it up, out of the way. And there's a cover under here. We're going to take these same wing nuts or similar wing nuts, use a 13mm socket, loosen these up. There you go. Grab the cover. That off. Those are the cabin filters. And there's a sensor right here. I'm going to disconnect that sensor, push down on the tab, slide that off. Now right here there's a bolt. Use a 10mm socket. Take this one out. Pull that bolt out. I'm going to take this bolt out. Use a Hex socket. This is a 5mm. Using a 10mm socket, take this bolt out. All right, just using a magnet, take that out. Now grab this panel, I'm going to lift it up, out of the way. And using a 13mm socket. On the other side, we're going to take this cover off. Same wing nuts, just twist them 90 degrees to the left. Grab the panel, pull it up, out of the way. We can pull the weather strip off the rest of the way. Right here, there's a push pin. Just use a trim tool, get underneath the push pin, and pop that off. Pull that off. Now we're going to take these two bolts out, use a 10mm socket. Remove those screws. Now using a 5mm hex socket, take this screw out here. Right there, and right here, same 5mm hex. Pull that out. Oh, there's one more right here. And pull that one out. Grab this panel, and if there's a wiring harness attached, you want to pop that clip off. Up top, there's two screws. We're going to use the Hex 5mm socket. Take those out. Grab that panel, take that off. Now take this tube off. There's a clamp right here. We'll just use a little straight blade screwdriver. Just unclamp that. There's just clips on there. And then just pull this out of the way. Grab the air box and just pull it up. It's just grommets holding it on. And pull that out of the way. Now we're going to take this bar out, use a 15mm socket, take these bolts out. Take that out. Now take this bar off, 15mm socket. Take that out of the way. Underneath these wires right here, there's a couple screws. This vehicle, it's missing a few of them. We're going to use a T25 socket. Take these screws out. Pull those out. Now that's going to be loose. Where these wires are, there's a little cover here. Pull that up out of the way. You can pull the wires, pull the harness up. Just want to get that out of the way. You can use a bungee cord, hold it to the back. Secure this side out of the way. That's good. And we disconnect the connectors for the O2 sensors. You can just grab these, pull these out. We'll just disconnect them. Just push down on the tab. Disconnect those. There's a wiring harness right here. Follow that down. I'll just disconnect the connector down below. That's on a valve. Take that, and then take that wiring harness and just slide it over to the other side. And we'll disconnect this tube right here. Just push on the sides, some blocks. Just pull that up. And then underneath the intake, it's connected. You should be able to just pull that up, slide that out of the way. Take this bracket off, use a T30 socket, take this bolt out. I could pull that bracket off. Now disconnect the coils. Just grab the lever, pull that up. That disconnects the connector. And we do that on all the coils. Pull those out. Now you want to grab the coils, pull those out one at a time. I am going to mark them where they go. So this is number 1, and you can do the same on the other ones. Now we're going to disconnect the fuel injectors. I'm just going to use a straight blade screwdriver, and at the base there's a little clip. Just pop that out. Do the same with the other ones. Just disconnect the connectors. Just be careful not to break anything. Yeah, a little corrosion in that one. There we go. Those are all disconnected. And there's a ground wire right in the middle here. Use a 8mm socket. Take these nuts off. And pull the wire off. Do the same on the other ones. Pull those off. Now we can pull the harness up. On our vehicle, there was nothing securing the harness down. There may be screws or bolts holding yours down. Pull that up. Move that out of the way. This tube we're going to pull off. There's a retainer holding it on over on the intake. And if you follow it back, it's attached to a couple lines. We're just going to disconnect it from the line. Just squeeze the tab. Pull that off. If you need to, you just use a screwdriver. There you go. Pop that off there. Then there's another retainer over here on this pipe. Pop that off. I'll just take that hose out of the way. Now disconnect this connector here. There's a couple tabs, push on the side. That comes up. Push that harness over. Now we're going to take these fuel lines off. You want to keep them in order. They have to go back on the exact same spot where they came off. You want to take a rag and just very carefully with a 14mm wrench or a 14mm line wrench, you want to crack these free. Just make sure you're wearing personal protection, gloves, eyeglasses, a face shield just so you don't get any fuel. But keep the rag over. It's going to be high pressure, but it's low volume, so there's not going to be much. Pop that open. There you go. You pull that up. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just put the rag. You don't want any of the fuel to go down the spark plug tube. And there's not going to be pressure here because we already released it there. Just a 14mm wrench. Yep, there's a little bit of fuel. Take that off. Set that aside. Again, just keep them in the correct order. And we're going to do the same with the rest of them. Using a E7 socket, we're going to take these two bolts out. Just going to use a straight blade screwdriver. Just get underneath here. Just pry this up a little bit. It's just going to slide up. There's just a seal in there. On the side right here, there's a couple vacuum lines. You want to pop those out. If you need to, use a pick. Straight blade screwdriver. This one that goes forward went to the back. Just pop the other one out. And that one just went right there. Using a E10 socket, we're going to take all these bolts and loosen those up and around the perimeter. The bolts are going to stay with the cover. They're caged. They'll be loose, they're just not going to come out. couple more in the back. Last corner. And two more right here. And loosen all those up. There we go, those are all loose. Grab the cover, give it a wiggle. And just very carefully, just pull it up and out of the way. Now we're going to take a rag and some brake parts cleaner and just clean the surface area where the gasket's gonna meet the head. If there's any gasket material, you want to just scrape that with a scraper or a razor blade. Just try not to brush anything into the engine. You want to brush away. So like on top, I'm gonna brush away from the inside the engine. Just don't get any dirt and debris in there, or as much as possible. And then just do this around the perimeter of the head. And just make sure you clean these areas as well, around there. Now take the valve cover and just look at the gasket, make sure it's pushed in all the way. And same with these ones on the inside. Those look good. Now carefully flip this over. Trying not to have the gasket fall out. Take the wiring harness out of your way. Just kind of have to angle it a little bit. Go. Just gonna feel in the back, make sure that gasket's still in. Make sure it didn't fall out. Especially in the corner. All right, that feels good. Looks good. Get all the bolts started. You gotta make sure you leave them loose so it can move a little bit. So don't tighten them down yet. Get them all at least started. Now we're going to torque these down in sequence. We're going to start with the front and just follow along. This is number 1 to 75 inch-pounds. And number 2 is in the back. Number 3. Number 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And this one's 9. 10. 11, 12, middle top, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's in the back. It's a little bit tricky to get to this one. Do the best you can. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26 is in the middle, in the back. And that's all of them. And put this seal on. Slide that in position. And get the bolts started. Snug those down. I'm going to torque these 2 bolts to 54 inch-pounds. That's good. Before we put the fuel lines on, just take a dab of transmission fluid and put it on the threads. On the injector side and on the fuel line side. Just automatic transmission fluid. That's good. And take the correct lines and just put them in the right spots. And we'll just get these all started. You can wipe off the lines a little bit with a rag before you put them on. Now I'm going to torque these lines to 19 foot-pounds. I'm just using a 14mm crow's foot. There you go. And if you want to, you can go ahead and go around and double check. And take your oil cap, line that up, twist that on. If you had to take it off the old one, you just grab the cap, twist it, pull it up. It just slides on. Yeah, take this wiring harness, get that lined up, lock that down in place. Yeah, connect the vacuum lines under here. This one went to the front port. This went to the back port. Just connect that, and if there was any retainers holding this somewhere, hook that on. Now the wiring harness, get that lined up where it's supposed to go. If you have any fasteners securing this down, you'll put those on. We'll put the grounds over the stud. We'll put the nuts on. Snug those down. Take the injector harnesses. Make sure those are lined up. Plug those down. There we go. Those are all connected. Take the coil packs. You can just take just a dab of dielectric grease. Get that lined up. Push that in place, and take the connector, line the connector up. Lock that down. You can do the same with the other ones. Make sure you check the right number, put the right number in the right location. It's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And push those in, lock those down. Take this tube, it's going to go through the intake right here. And you can grab underneath the intake and just get that lined up with the fitting down below. Just push that in place. Lock that down. And this tube is going to go. Get this lined up. It's going to go around that wiring harness. Goes right there. Push that down and secure this down. Now I take this bracket, get that lined up, put the bolt in, and we'll tighten this down. All right, that's good. Take the wiring harness, reach down and grab the connectors, the O2 sensors. And plug those in, lock those down, push them onto the bracket. And the other wiring harness, push the retainer in and connect it to the connector down below. It's locked in place. And you can use a wire tie over here if you want to. Just use a wire tie and cut the excess. Yeah, and take the bungee cables down. And re-secure the wiring harness in place. It should go there. And we had a screw right here. You want to get that started. Secure that down. Snug that down. If you had other screws, put those in. Take these bars, get the bolts started. And tighten these down. snug those down. Do the same on the other side. This piece is gonna go in here. Just push that down. It's gonna be pressed down by the panel that goes above it. Now take this panel. It's gonna go in the middle here. Get the screws. Get those started. Tighten those down. Now take this panel, get this lined up. It's gonna go under there, and line up over here. That looks good. Take these screws, get those started. And the screw right here. Tighten these down. Snug those down. And on the other side, the same. You get the panel lined up. Get that in position. Might have to make some adjustments. All right, that's lined up. Get all the bolts started. There's 2 more bolts down here. Those are lined up. And then the push pin right here. Push that in. And secure that down. Tighten this down. And this one. And these two. And this one. That's good. Now take the cabin filter housing. Slide this in place. There's a connector right here. Make sure you plug that in. Get that lined up. That's good. And just secure the wing nuts. Just 90 degrees to the right. That's good. Now take this cover, line this up. Before I secure that down, we're going to put the other side on. This side goes down first. And take the socket and just turn these wing nuts to the right, 90 degrees. Secure those down. That's good. We'll do the same on the other side. Make sure this wire is out. I'm going to take the air box, get that lined up. Push that down on the grommets. Secure this tube on. Just get that lined up. Right there. There we go. And squeeze that clamp. I'm going to take the connector, plug this in, slide that on, and push that down in place. And before we tighten that down, take the other one, the other tube, get this lined up. Take this hose, secure that down. This little tube, get this lined up. Pull it out a little bit just so you don't bend it too much. Be careful, these are brittle. It's a good idea to replace it while you're doing it. All right, lock that in place. I'm going to take these two screws, get these started. And snug those down. That's good. Reach down, grab the connector for that. Plug that in. And screw right here for the tube. Get that in. We'll tighten that down. Snug that down. And tighten down the clamps. Just snug those down. That's good. I'm going to take the cover, line that up in the back. There's some slots. Line that up, put it in the front, push it down in place. And the weather strip, get this lined up. And re-secure it. Now you want to connect the connector. Get that lined up. And I'll snug this down. Take the cover. Get that lined up in position. And if yours was screwed in, put the screws in. Tighten that down. Now remove the hood prop. Lower that cover down. Close the tailgate, and then you can close the lift gate, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.